Hello everyone, my name is Joelle. We're going to start in a comfortable seat and we're going to close our eyes, hands in prayer. Let's set an intention together for this practice to savor each and every moment on the mat by gently bringing our attention back to the breath. Enjoy each and every delicious and organic move we take on the mat today. And when we leave this mat to go into the real world, let's remember to continue to enjoy this gift called the present, because at the end, all we have is now. Let's take a deep inhale, exhale, and we're going to gently open our eyes and let's go into child pose. We send the hips back towards the heel, our forehead on the mat, our arms extended, the big toes touching, the knees wide, and let's enjoy child pose. Breathe. Enjoy and breathe. Child pose. Let's bring the blocks forwards. Put the elbows on the blocks, hand on top of shoulders, knees wide. We feel the armpits fall towards the floor and the face relaxed, the forehead on the mat. Let's relax and enjoy the stretch. Shoulder opener. We're going to start in restorative asanas just to open and stretch. Today we're holding poses for a longer time. Let's breathe and enjoy the stretch. Breathe. Breathe. The breath is your anchor. Focus on the breath. And from here, the knees aligned with the hips, elbows down on the block, palm pressing towards each other, forehead on the floor. Relax your head and your neck. Reach the palms towards the back of the neck. If it's uncomfortable, you can keep the forearm and palms straight. If it's comfortable, you bring the palms towards the back of the neck. And breathe. Let's go on our hands and knees. Inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Inhale, drop belly, arch back. Exhale, round back. Inhale, drop belly, light arch. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, widen the collarbone. Exhale, dome the back. Let's go into restorative Janu Sirsasana. We're going to need our blocks and we bend the left knee and extend the right leg. Lengthen your spine and bend from your hip crease. Turn the sternum towards the extended leg. Place your forehead on the block. You might need 2 blocks. Place the first one vertical and the second one horizontal, and gently place your forehead. And breathe. Relax and enjoy the stretch. Breathe. We're going to change side. Let's bend the right knee and extend the left leg. Lengthen the spine and bend from your hip crease. Turn your sternum towards the extended leg. Place your forehead on the block and relax and breathe. Breathe. Inhale. And from here, we're going to open our legs out to the side as wide as we are able to. Let's flex our feet and point the toes up, both heels into the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale and hinge at your hips, placing your forehead on the block. Let's inhale and exhale. Enjoy the stretch. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. From here, we're going to go into restorative lizard pose. Let the blocks be handy by your side to place the forehead on the blocks. So we're going to go into a lizard. We begin in a lounge pose with our right leg forward and our left leg back. Rest your back left knee on the floor and slide the knee back a little. The front knee is stacked directly over the ankle. Bend the elbows, both hands inside the front foot. Turn toes out. The knee and toes are aligned, pointing in the same direction. And we place the forehead on the block. We relax and we breathe and we enjoy the stretch. Breathe. And let's change side. We begin in a lunge with our left leg forward and our right leg back. We rest our back right knee on the floor and we slide the knee back a little. The front knee stacked directly over the ankle. We bend the elbows, both hands inside the front foot. We turn the toes out. The knee and toes align, pointing in the same direction. and we place the forehead on the block. We relax and breathe. And we bend both knees. We send the hips back towards the heels, the big toes touching. We open the knees, the forehead on the floor, the arm extended, a child pose. We send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. Let's walk the dog. We bend one knee and then the other. Bend one knee and then the other. Enjoy the calves stretching, the hamstring stretching. Bend one knee and then the other. And let's walk the hands to the back of the mat. We bend both knees. We place the elbows in opposite hands and we sway from side to side. Breathe and sway from side to side. Breathe. And we walk back to the front of the mat and we're going to go into a downward facing dog. It is considered a mild inversion and hold all the benefits of inversions. We press the hands firmly through your palms and knuckles. Press the base of your index finger actively into the floor. The forearms rotated internally, the arms rotated externally. Draw your lower ribs in, belly in and up, and stretch your back. Maintain a flat back. Your heels do not need to touch the ground. And breathe. Bend both knees, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, hands on shin, exhale. And we inhale, soften knees, activate core, hands out, round and up. Exhale, hands to heart, samastitihi. Inhale, hands out, round and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands on shin. Exhale, plant the palm, step back into plank. Let's hold plank, the heel pressing back, the core activated, and hold plank. And we're going to move forward. Activate core, elbows in, Chaturanga Dandasana. Stretch the toes back, activate core, lift up into cobra or downward facing dog. We tuck the toes, send the hips back and up. Breathe, downward facing dog. Bend both knees, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, hands on shin. Exhale, and soften knees, activate core, and rise up, hands out, round and up, hands to heart, samastitihi. And inhale, hands out, round and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands on shin. Plant the palm, exhale back to plank. Hold plank. And hold plank. We move forward, activate core, elbows in, Chaturanga Dandasana. Stretch the toes back and we lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. We tuck the toes, send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. Breathe. Hold downward facing dog and breathe. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Bend both knees, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, hands on shin. Exhale, and we're going to rise up, soften the knees, activate core. Inhale, hands out, round and up, hands to heart. Exhale, Samastitihi. Let's step the left leg back, and the front heel is aligned with the back arch. The front knee is aligned directly above the heel. And we guide the knee towards the second toe next to the big toe. The back leg is firm and slightly in, pelvis neutral, hips even, front sitting bone drawing under. We open the arms shoulder height and we look towards the middle finger, warrior two. Breathe. And let's straighten the front foot, reverse a triangle. It's a side bend. We hold and we bend the front knee. We go back into warrior two. Breathe. And hold, warrior two. And we reverse the warrior. We keep the front knee bending. And we straighten the front leg and we move into triangle. So we shift the hips to the left and we move the arm and spine to the right to maximum extension. Land the hand on shin. The torso turned to the side wall, aligned directly over the leg. We bend the knee and we go into side angle pose. We keep the feet grounded and we reach out through the right arm and side, initially placing the elbow on the knee. We create a strong line of energy from the grounded back foot through extended fingertips. And we change side. We go into warrior two and we step the right leg back and we align heel, the front heel aligned with the back arch and the knee aligned directly above the heel, and guide the knee towards the second toe next to the big toe. The back leg firm and slightly in, pelvis neutral, hips even. And let's reverse a triangle. The front leg is straight and reverse triangle is a side bend. Breathe. We go back into warrior two and we hold. Breathe. We look towards the middle finger, we hold and we breathe. Let's keep the front knee bending, reverse the warrior. Straighten the front leg and we going to move into a triangle. We move the arm and spine to the left to maximum extension. We land the hand on the shin, the torso turned to the side wall, aligned directly over the leg. We breathe and we look up. And hold the triangle. Breathe. And from here, we're going to go back into Warrior Two for a second. We hold Warrior Two for a moment. We keep the feet grounded and we reach out through the left arm and side, initially placing elbow on the knee. We create a strong line of energy from the grounded back foot through the extended fingertips. And let's breathe. From here, we go back into Warrior Two for a moment. And we get ready to go into Goddess Pose and Eagle Arms. We face the wide part of our mat and we separate our feet 3 to 4 feet apart. Press the core to your spine, engage the glutes and squat into Goddess Pose. Turn the heels in and toes outside. We bring our right arm underneath the left arm and we connect our hands into Eagle's arms. One elbow wraps on top of the other. And let's change side. We change the cross of the arms for the second side. And breathe. And from here, we inhale, hands out, round and up. Exhale, inhale, flat back. We step back into a plank and we hold plank. We move forward to Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in. Activate core and lift up into Cobra. Tuck toes, send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. And we float the left leg up and place it the front of the mat and the front knee right over the ankle, the knee tracking towards the second toe. Next to the big toe, we turn the back leg 45 degrees. The pelvis is neutral and we lift the arms up, Warrior One. The tailbone down, the shoulder blades are rooted down and in against the back ribs. So from here, we're going to go into Humble Warrior. We interlace our hands. We inhale, we lift our heart and lengthen the spine, widen the collarbone, and we fold forward inside our knee, Humble Warrior. Let's step back into a plank. Hold plank. We move forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, activate core, elbows in. Stretch the toes. We lift up into Cobra or upward facing dog. And we tuck the toes, send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. We breathe. And breathe. And let's float the right leg up and place it in front of the mat. And we get ready to lift up into Warrior One, the front knee right over the ankle, the knee tracking towards the second toe next to the big toe, and the back leg turned 45 degree, pelvis is neutral, belly is in and up, the tailbone down, reach arms up and overhead, the shoulder blades rooted down and in against the back ribs. We draw the lower front ribs slightly in. We move into humble warrior. We interlace our hands. We inhale and we lift our heart. And we exhale, fold forward inside our knee. We take our hands out and up and forward. Let's step back into plank. And we move forward, activate core, elbows in, chaturanga. We lift up into upward facing dog or cobra. Let's send the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Let's breathe. Breathe, hold the dog. We lift the right leg up and we move it to the front of the mat. We lift up into warrior one and we lift our arms up. We breathe and we interlace our hands and we lift the heart and we lengthen the spine and we fold forward inside of our knee. We take our hands out, up and forward. Let's gently go back into warrior one and we windmill the arms and we go back into plank. We hold plank, we move forward, chaturanga dandasana, elbows in, activate the core, stretch the toes back and lift into a cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. Let's float the left leg up and we send it to the front of the mat and we get ready to go into warrior one. The right knee over the ankle and the knee tracking towards the second toe next to the big toe. We raise the arms up and overhead and the pelvis is neutral. We draw the lower front ribs slightly in. And we go back into humble warrior. We interlace our hand, we inhale, we lift the heart, and we fold forward inside our knee. We take our hands out and up and forward. Humble warrior. From here, we go back into warrior one. Windmill the arms, and let's step back into plank. Chaturanga dandasana, we move forward, activate core, elbows in, stretch the toes back and we lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. Breathe. Breathe. Hold the dog. We bend both knees. We step to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Hands on shin. Exhale, a forward fold. And inhale, activate core, rise up, hands out, round and up. Hands to heart, samastitihi. Let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale and exhale. And hands out, round and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hand on shin, flat back. Let's plant the palm. Exhale, back to plank. Hold plank. And let's move forward. Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in, activate core, stretch the toes back. We lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. We lift the right leg up and we step it to the front of the mat, and we rise up into warrior two, and we align the front heel with the back arch. Warrior two. Breathe. And we move into a triangle pose. Breathe. Triangle pose. And from here we bend the front knee and we place the finger tips about a foot in front of the front foot on the block. We slide the back foot closer to the front foot. We begin slowly to straighten the front leg while we keep the back hip rotated, fully open. Half moon. Let's breathe. And gently we place the back leg down. We go back into warrior two. Breathe. Windmill the hands and step back into plank. We move into Chaturanga Dandasana, activate core, elbows in, and let's stretch the back toes, lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. We send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. Breathe. Let's breathe. Downward facing dog. And we lift the left leg up and we place it to the front of the mat, and we lift up into warrior two. We hold warrior two, we breathe. Breathe and hold warrior two. And we straighten the front leg and we move into triangle pose. Breathe. Triangle pose. We look up and we breathe. We hold the triangle. And from here, we get ready to go into half moon. We take the block, we bend the front knee, place the fingertips about a foot in from the front foot on the block. Straighten the front leg while we keep the back hip rotated, fully open. From half moon, we gently go back into warrior two. And we breathe. Let's windmill the arms. We step back into plank. We hold plank. And we move forward into Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in, activate core, stretch the toes back, lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips back and up into downward facing dog. Breathe. Hold the dog and breathe. Bend both knees, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, hands on chin. Exhale, inhale, raise the arms up, hands to heart, Samastitihi. Let's inhale, hands out, round and up. Let's exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands on chin. Plant the palm, step back into a plank. And we move forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in, activate core, stretch the toes, and let's lift up to Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. And tuck the toes, send the hips back and up into Downward Facing Dog. Let's lift the right leg up and we step it to the front of the mat. We lift up into Warrior Two. We align the front heel with the back arch and we hold Warrior Two. And breathe. From here, we're going to move into half moon. So we bend the front knee. We place the fingertip about a foot in front of the front foot on the block. We slide the back foot closer to the front foot. We begin slowly to straighten the front leg while keeping the back hip rotated fully open. From here, we're going to move to Ardha Chandra Chapasana. We lift the kneecap. We bend our knee and grab the top of our foot or ankle. And let's gently go back into Warrior Two. We windmill our arms. And we go back into plank. And Chaturanga, elbows in, activate core, stretch the toes back. We lift up into Upward Facing Dog or Cobra. Tuck the toes, send the hips back and up. Let's hold the dog and breathe. Breathe. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Let's lift the left leg up and we send it to the front of the mat. And we're going to rise up into Warrior Two. Make sure that the front heel is aligned with the back arch. And we go into Warrior Two. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. And from here, we're going to go into half moon. We bend the front knee, place the fingertips about a foot in front the front foot on the block. We slide the back foot and closer to the front, and we straighten the front leg while we keep the back hip rotated fully open. From here, we're going to go into Ardha Chandra Chapasana. So we bend the knee and we keep the standing leg straight. We lift the kneecap. We can grab the foot or the ankle. And gently we go back into Warrior Two. We hold, we breathe, we windmill the arms. We go back into plank. Activate core, move forward, elbows in. Stretch the toes back. We lift up into Cobra or Upward Facing Dog if you want. And from here we get ready to go into a Sphinx pose. We rest our elbow under our shoulder with our arms, with our forearms on the floor, parallel to each other. We inhale and we press the forearm into the floor. We press the pubic bone into the floor, and we press the top of our feet into the mat. We engage our kneecap and quadriceps. We activate the core, the belly in and up. From here, we place the hands on top of each other, and we shake the hips from side to side. And breathe. Let's go into child pose. Breathe. Breathe. And from here, we're going to go on our back. And if we have a block handy, we're going to lift the hips up, and we place the sacrum on the block. Restorative bridge pose. The feet are parallel, and let's lift the legs up, one leg at a time. We go into restorative shoulder stand. Lift one leg at a time always. We can flex and point the feet. We can take circles. Flex and point. Flex and point. And take circles. Enjoy. This is perfect. If you were standing all day on your feet, it's perfect for the blood circulation. Let's open our legs out, in and out. And let's place the feet back down on the mat, one foot and then the other. Let's lift the hips up and place the block to the side. And we're going to go into a happy baby. So we hold the feet and we move the spine from side to side. We draw the knees towards the floor while keeping the sacrum on the floor and the heels aligned over the knee. And from here, we're going to thread the needle, and we bend both knees. We bring the left ankle, cross it over the right thigh. We bring our hands through and interlace the finger, holding onto the right leg behind the thigh. We flex both feet. We focus on our breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Enjoy the hip opener. And let's change side. We bring the right ankle and we cross it over the left thigh. We bring our hands through and interlace the fingers, holding on to the left leg behind the thigh. Flex both feet and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Enjoy the hip opener. We're going to move into a frog pose. And we roll up the front and back ends of our mat. From all four, we spread our knees wide and place the knees on the rolled up ends of the mat. The shins parallel to the edge of the rolled up mat, the feet pointing outwards. The elbows parallel, the fingers rooted into the floor. Feel the hip opening and look for a strong stretching sensation in the inner thigh. Let's hold this pose. Let's breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's hold frog pose. Breathe. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And to come out of the pose, use your hands to push the floor away and gently bring the knees in one at a time. And from here, let's go into restorative half moon. And from here, we hold the ankle and we twist. Let's change side. Go back into restorative half moon. We hold the ankle and we twist. And from here we sit and we're going to lay on our backs. We place one hand on the heart and the other hand on the belly. We bend both knees, the soles of the feet touching. We place the block. We enjoy the hip openers. We breathe and we relax. We enjoy the hip opener. Just breathe. And we move the blocks away and we enjoy the knees moving towards the floor and the hips opening. And we place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Enjoy the stretch and breathe. Relax and breathe. Enjoy the stretch. And from here, we're going to hold our thighs with our hands and we're going to lift up. And we move from side to side, and let's rock and roll our way up. We massage the back, and we going to sit on our sitting bones, and we bend both knees and hold the big toes. We activate the core and we open both legs out to the side. Enjoy the stretch. Let's do it again, one more time. We hold the big toes and we open the legs out. And from here, let's go on our backs. And again, we hold the big toes. We hold the big toes and we stretch our legs out. We open the legs out. We hold the big toes. We breathe. We enjoy the stretch. And from here, let's go back into a happy baby. And we move and massage the spine from side to side. Breathe, and from here we bend both knees and we release into final pose, Shavasana. Our feet are out and wider than the hips. The sacrum is heavy, the head is heavy. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. Just relax. I'm gonna move my fingers and toes, and I'm gonna interlace my fingers and stretch the body. And I'm gonna bend both knees, fold to one side. The head is resting on the arm. Push yourself up with both hands. Sit in a comfortable seat. Hands in prayer. Place the hand by the heart. And place the hand on the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. The hands on our heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. The hands on the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communication. Namaste. If you liked the class today, please subscribe and press like. And if you have friends who like yoga and you enjoyed today, please let them know about the channel. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for taking care of your body today and joining me into the mat. Thank you so much, everyone.